We're here for players only, and we got a special one today. We got Mr. Alex Tuch. How we doing, Tuch? Good to see you, buddy.
Good. How's it going, guys?
Good. How we were just talking before. How great. I know you started in Vegas, well, Minnesota, but then you went to Vegas, and you had those amazing runs there. But now you're in Buffalo, close to home. How was it having the holidays close to home, that reset of New Year's and Christmas close to your family? How great is that for you?
It was awesome. It was really special this year. My son was born on December 9th. So we had my entire family was out. They're only a 2-hour drive away. And then there's a trip there. And then my wife's side of the family all flew out too. So they were there for about 10 days. So we had a full packed house of about 13 of us for a few days. And it was a really fun Christmas.
How I know your baby's really fresh. Congratulations, by the way. That's unbelievable. I love that.
Great new year for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like new beginnings. But my question I had for you is I always found it fascinating. Like, I don't know if you ever noticed this, but guys that played in the league that had like 3-4 kids and how they could come to the rink every day and still play at 100% and be so dominant. Guys like Spezza and things like that. How has it been for you, the adjustment as a dad? And, do you look to any teammates that have kids to kind of like lean on them?
Yeah, no, I definitely lean on some teammates. We have Kyle Oposo, who's got 4 kids, and then Zemgus Girgensons, who's got 2. Thompson just had a second. We got a bunch of other guys that just have newborns on our team. So we're still a young team. So there's a lot. We're in the newborn phase, but so I do lean on them for as much advice. But it's really about just trying to get as much sleep as possible, especially when you go on the road. But also just, I got to give so much credit to my partner, Kylie, my wife, there. She's unbelievable. She's a rock star. She, first of all,
Kylie.
Through the whole pregnancy, seriously, clicks to Kylie. So, but through everything and all the work she does, through the night and during the day and everything it goes unseen. And I know a lot of guys would say that about their, wives and significant others. So, I think that's the unsung heroes. That's for sure.
Yeah. Kyle, I wanted to ask you about your off-season training for all the young boys and girls. I mean, I got to work with you in Minnesota when you came out of Boston College, so you went to college and the route that you took. But during the summer, what certain techniques in off-ice training in the gym and on the ice do you look at, and how do you develop them? And tell the young boys and girls how long you put into that.
So, this is going back. So the off-ice training side of things is I've always been big into power skating and stick handling sessions. And I've worked with a bunch of different coaches throughout the years. Ever since I was little, my dad had me in these camps. And, these spring hockey tournaments are fun and it's a great experience. And I used to do them too as a kid. But I really focused in the summertime on the off-ice work and also on like little technique and skills work. And you see guys in the NHL now do it so much during the summer. And I think I was fortunate enough when my dad put me in it early, but I had a couple skills coaches, Rick Ferroni and then Francois Mathat, who I moved into towards my pro career, actually, were 2 of the main kind of skills coaches that I worked with. So Ferroni when I was a kid, and then I worked with Francois Mathat there in Rochester, right before my year in Vegas. And we completely broke down my stride and completely kind of reinvented myself. And you never know when you're going to need to do that. You never know what you're going to need to do. So that was something that I focused on. And plus in the gym, I think taking everything you worked on the ice and then trying to translate that in the gym is huge as well.
Yeah, I think it's really big for the kids to realize, he broke down his stride. I mean, just like Tiger Woods, he has a golf swing. He works on his swing, a different swing for every tournament.
Every day. And that's the thing, like a lot of kids think, oh, he's just a skater, Tucker's a great skater. He's been there forever.
Hey, you put his size and speed all together, it's a locomotive with his skill. It's
downhill.
Incredible. You've done a fantastic job on all your improvements, Tucky.
I always found it funny playing against him. I always considered him one of the stronger guys.
Oh, it's a beast.
Defending against you and stuff like that. Only when you're going downhill. I used to try to get you before you get any speed, but when you're coming downhill, it's hard to stop the big train, that's for sure.
Well, thank you, guys.
Let's go back to Vegas, and I know you probably talked to it to ad nauseum, and how is that transition? You're in 3 years, you were in 4 years in Vegas. How has that transition been? You know, you had those, you know, the beautiful weather year round. You guys had those winning teams. Now you're on a younger team, like you said, finding its way. You're kind of probably in the veteran group and guys with more experience than most. Like, how's that been for you? That I found when I transitioned, it was like it took me a couple of years, but you're like, oh wow, all of a sudden you're a veteran and you got to help young guys and you got to bring guys along. Like, how's that been for you?
Yeah, no, you know what? I think I don't think it was as seamless as you ever wanted. Like you said, it takes a couple of years, especially when you make that transition, and you don't really know how it's going to go and how you're going to change as a person on and off the ice. I think especially, and you do have to kind of I don't know how to explain it, but things have to change in your life, and hopefully they change for the better. Hopefully it makes you a better person, but you do have to do it for the betterment of the team and for the guys around you. I mean, I leaned hard on. We talked before about a guy like Riley Smith,
Yeah.
Marc-Andre Fleury, Derek England, James Neal. I mean, the list goes on.
You guys
and
had
on.
an amazing group of vets there.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, what Flower just playing his thousands game, I think that's
Nuts.
unheard of for goalies,
Yeah.
let alone players. But yeah, like a guy like that. And I try to take as much as possible from guys like that. And now I try to help the young guys on our team. We have the youngest team in the NHL, and I am getting on the older side of the league now. And it is a little different. It's a transition, but just trying to take it in stride day by day.
It's the adaptability, and we were talking off camera before about like players that have adapted on the ice, but like there's so much that's not seen off the ice for players, like the way you got to eat, the way you got to take care of your body as you get older, and then you got to take on more responsibility mentally. So like being adaptable for a coach, that's what a coach wants in a player, but like you need that off the ice from your teammates as well. Like you need to be able to change your lifestyle, change things to kind of help young guys also moving forward.
I think it's great because he's still at a young age.
Still, he says he's old.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but being a leader and producing on the ice is a big part of it, and then being a leader in the locker room is big, especially with so many young guys, and he's a great example for that.
Awesome. I love that. And
Thank you.
I'm going to segue because I'm big into segues now that I'm on TV and I've changed. By going by you helping kids, I know you have a great foundation that's doing amazing things. Can you talk a little bit to us about 18-9 and what you're doing? I know you had a great toy drive that just happened for kids. Look at that.
Yeah, so this is year 5 or 6, and I started back in my Vegas days, but I actually started in Syracuse, so it is based out of New York State from the beginning, which is ironic now that it's back in New York State. And I'm using the platform I have as a hockey player to help as many kids as possible. So our 2 main pillars are pediatric cancer patients and kids with special needs, but it extends further than that, and it extends to everyone that's just less privileged and less fortunate than I was and growing up. And so we try to help out as much as possible. And a toy drive is something that I did once in Vegas. I partnered with Shane Victorino at the Flying Hawaiian over there. Shout out to Shane. We did a little partner toy drive there in Vegas, and I saw the smiles it put on kids' face. And I wanted to do something here in Buffalo last year. Wasn't able to do it, so this year I said no matter what happens, even with the kid on the way, I was still going to do a toy drive. And you know what? It was very hands off for me. I just put the word out. I partnered up with an amazing charity there, Seneca Street Community Center down in downtown Buffalo. And then I had partners 97 Rock and David Adams and Delta Sonic that helped a lot with collecting of the toys and money and distribution. And it was unbelievable. We had an overflow of toys. We helped 60 kids. And then there was a full room that I walked through that I couldn't even walk through the whole room because there was so many toys. And it shows you how much the city of Buffalo cares about their neighbors. And you know what, if I say, hey, we need a couple toys, you'll have 100 at your doorstep in no time. So it was awesome to see the city come together and do something special for kids, especially around the holidays.
And people don't realize, and I know you said it, like the look on the kids' faces. Like I did a toy drive in Arizona and tried to be as much community driven when I was playing. Like the perspective it gives you as a player also, like, you're coming to the rink every day. You're going through the dog days right now. I like to call them in the season. It's like every game's jumbling together. You think, oh, woe is me. We're not winning.
Not even close.
We're not playing good. And then you go do something like that, which is so amazing for your community. And you see these kids that have no idea what you're going through, and you're going not even a sliver close to what these kids are going through, and you're making their year. So like kudos to you. And I think the perspective for players, it's good to get your mind out of the game and see that and come back, because you come back refreshed to the rink the next day because you're doing good, and you also know that it's not that bad. It's just a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, we're just so lucky to be able to do what we're able to do, and it's just helping those that are less fortunate, just putting one smile on a kid's face, and that means my job is done.
Well, let's talk about bragging rights in the family, Tucky.
Now we're gonna change it up. I like.
How did your brother end up going to BU? And one is went to BC and you won a bean pot, and he hasn't yet. So has that been brought up at the Christmas table? Or
that's a spicy right there.
But we also know Tripp's probably going to go to BC now. So now it's really going to start growing, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how that. We'll see. That's up to. I mean, if Brownie's still there and he wants Trip, I'm sure that we'll go on a visit, and it's up to him. My dad let him decide, and he fell in love with Boston University,
Yeah.
and you know what, they offered him early, and he was he jumped on it, and it was you know what, like, it's a huge rivalry, but man, BU's a great school. I mean, he's loving it. He's doing great there. He's getting to play with Macklin Celebrini and Quinn Hudson right now. Those three are dynamite. And I've been watching as much as possible, but yeah, I think he really wants to win that bean pot. I was fortunate enough to win one for the Eagles there, and it was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, I wasn't fortunate enough to win a national championship, but that bean pot post game celebration was unbelievable.
Yeah.
BU stinks.
And
BU's better.
Hey,
He's better.
They're loaded along with BC.
I'll say it for you, Luke. You stink.
It's 2 miles apart, so it's not that bad of a commute. Whoever wins or loses after the game, they're going to have a good time.
Exactly. I love that.
Well, it's a good rivalry this year. They got both are really good this year too. So
yeah.
Top lines.
Some great matchups. Oh yeah.
My boy Celebrini just has a heartbreak today in the Team Canada. That was a heartbreak.
Sorry for that.
But you got your U.S. You're fine. It's great for you. Hey, to finish it off here, we play a little game here at the end called "What Were You Thinking?" and we're going to show you some clips, and you're going to have to tell us what were you thinking in that moment. So here's the first one. Let's drop the first one here. What was that? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it went in, and then our captain Teddy Doherty's. I think he was actually the best. He's throwing his gloves up and just standing in the middle of the ice with his arms up in the air. The guys are freaking out, and I knew the student section was on the other side, so I think we were all just trying to skate towards the student section. That was the Bean Pot overtime winner. That was a fun day. That was special.
Bean Pot or Stanley Cup?
Stanley Cup. I mean, come on.
I'm from Boston. That's a tough one, but
I put him in the juice there.
It's a cup all day.
The cup, I know, but you just gotta. Let's go to the second one here. I had to get him a little. Oh, look at the pipes.
That's embarrassing.
What were you weighing here?
I was probably heavier there than I am there. Here.
Wow.
I was a little chubby. You know what's funny is I actually tell people all the time. So during that combine, you're in like groups of like 5 or 6, and I don't even think he'll remember this, but I was with Leon Draisaitl, and he was a man. I came in there.
He's a monster. I saw him.
Oh my God, how am I supposed to compete right now when he's going in like 7% body fat, like benching like crazy, and I'm like, I'm still a kid. I mean, we were at the U.S. program, and so we were lifting a lot, so I did okay, but he blew it out of the water.
I saw him at camp last year, and he's an absolute unit.
How did he make out?
He's an okay player.
Not bad.
He's no Alex Tuch. But what was your favorite workout at the combine? What was like your go-to? What were you hoping for?
I was just hoping to be like just not bad in any category. I was just
middle of the pack.
Steady across. Yeah, middle of the pack. No, I think I came in top 10 in a couple strength ones, but yeah, I wanted to do well on the bike. I think on the bike they just want to really see you just go all out, and
Yeah,
that was like
yeah.
they just want to see how hard you work, and they can tell if guys are dogging it, and they can tell if you're going hard. And in the end of the day, I mean, if you're a good hockey player, you're a good hockey player, and the combine you might move up 1 or 2 spots, or you might like it's kind of like a preliminary just to see, okay, this is what you were at the combine. Now, how are you going to do at development camp? And then, okay, this is how you were at development camp. How are you going to come in at training camp? They kind of want to see your development even through that summer, and then going on years after that. So the development camp was always good. It was always kind of like, okay, how are you progressing as a kid? Because when we were drafted, we're all kids. I mean, there's only a select few. I mean, we have Zach Benson right now, who was drafted this summer. I couldn't have even imagined playing at the NHL level at 18. And this kid's coming in. He's unbelievable. He's so smart. Crazy. He's so skilled, so smart, so driven. And he just shocks us every single day with some of the plays he makes. And then you have to realize that he's an 18-year-old kid. And then you realize what some of the stuff he's saying in the locker room, and you're rolling your eyes, probably like guys were doing when I was a rookie. But no, he's a great kid. He's awesome.
He's on TikTok.
It was heartbreaking for him. It was heartbreaking for him today with seeing his buddies in the World Juniors lose. I know he probably wanted to be there with them, but hey, I mean, it's a national, and he's here, and he's doing it every single day, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah, don't worry, Benson. You're good. Just stay with the boys in Buffalo. A little bit better.
Yeah.
Let's get to the third one. What do we got next here? Okay.
Oh, that was cold.
Vinny Hinostroza there. What's this?
Yeah. This is the outdoor game, the Heritage Classic there against Toronto. So we went with semi-pro. We bounced a lot around. I think there might have been 1 or 2 ideas that were shut down by our PR department there, but I think we went with the semi-pro there. It's a good movie, good go-to. I wish you guys had Kyle Oposas, because he came in with the rec specs and everything.
Oh, did he?
That was a good one. Oh yeah.
You got a couple.
You
got a couple of boys that I played with. You got Squeak and Eakin there, Cody Eakin.
One of the best.
Isn't he
you
one
played
of
with him in Dallas, right? He's one of the greatest guys of all time. Awesome.
We had a Halloween party there. I don't mean to blow up a spot, but he went as like Larry David, and like got completely done up, and then we had a good time. It's a holiday party. We had a practice next day, and he showed up in the Larry David costume for practice. Just one of the funniest things. Just getting him on the ice, so good.
Oh yeah.
And then here we got. Let's get your last one here.
Oh well, okay, Ryan. So that's what is that? Right before the Stanley Cup final. That's Ryan Rees, one of the biggest personalities I think in the league. He's an awesome guy. I'm still really close with Revo, even though he's wearing the white and blue across the border there.
Yeah.
I think he's actually injured right now, so hopefully he gets healthy soon. But he's an awesome guy. As soon as we traded for him, he helped our team so much. He helped us make it to that point in the playoffs, and but. Also, with him holding the mic, he was probably asking me some question about I don't even know, but he used to like
something
the bus
ridiculous. Probably his beer or something.
Yeah, he used to chirp me a little bit, so it was good. But it was good. It was all in good fun, and we're really close to this day, and it's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
Hey man, I can't thank you enough for the time, and listen, I had you guys picked to make the playoffs, so let's get on a run.
Get it going.
All right, get on a run.
Get it turned around, Tucky.
Hey, 2024. It's a whole different year.